Good evening, everyone. It's me, Donna V, and I'm so excited to be here tonight. It is July 10th, and we are on episode 112. And today we will be talking about summertime, catching up with everyone. We hope that you're enjoying your summer. I am so excited to hear about these ladies' summers. I know if you're following Tracy Locke on Facebook, you know she's having one heck of an adventure, and her pictures are amazing. And oh my gosh, I can't wait to see her and hear all about her trip. Welcome to the show. If it's your first time watching, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. And don't forget to share our channel and our page and our show all over Facebook so that your friends can join us, because we're always looking to expand your mind and expand our group and increase our vibe tribe. I am so happy to be here because if you are coming back from last week, we are going to be talking about our show with Michael. And please feel free to comment if you have had your reading, booked your reading, or have just learned a little bit more about human design, because that is the topic for tonight's show. We're catching up, we're getting to know each other for summer, and it's just so exciting to be nice out, right? So first, let me bring to you our life coach, Ms. Kim Mazzella. Let's bring her on out. I think the computer's on summertime.
I'm here.
There you are. Kim, what's going on? I'm so excited to see you. You've got your blue on. I've got my yellow on. And how is summer going for you?
First place, I love warm weather, so couldn't be happier. I mean, even though where we are in New Jersey, it's been all over the place, but we should be grateful for the water that comes now and again. And we've had plenty of beautiful days. So
yes.
And I've been able to get to the pool now and again, and I did get to go to Hilton Head for a week. So my summer has been awesome.
That's amazing.
I'm always happy to be here and to be with the Open-Minded Mystics and be part of our tribe. It's so great. And I've been enjoying summer. It's my favorite season. So the hotter the better. That's what I would say.
Well, then, I mean, that's like the perfect segue to bring in Tracy, because I hear where she is. I'm surprised she's even like still here. And she's a trooper, because where she is, I think it's like 2 a.m. So amazing.
God bless her.
All right, let's welcome her out. Dressed in orange. Here she comes. Miss Tracy Locke.
Hey!
Look at you.
Hello, fellow mystics. I am so excited to see your gorgeous faces, girls. I miss you.
Oh, miss you, Tracy.
I miss you, but I have to tell you, watching your adventures, it's like you don't stop.
I know. It's been bananas. We have been running around, and you know what's crazy? All right, so both of you know my dad. So
tell everybody where you are first. Let's tell everybody where you are. Catch everybody up if it's the first time watching.
If it is your first time watching, I am coming to you live from sunny Spain, where it is 114 degrees on the regular. It's supposed to go up to 118 degrees this week. So it's hot.
That's a little hot for me, even.
Ooh, it's hot. It's like a serious hot. It's like a hot like I've never experienced. I've experienced it it's like being in Las Vegas in the summertime.
Oh,
if you've ever been in Las Vegas in the summertime, or California in the summertime, like Death Valley, that's what it's like. Oof. So it's super hot, but I have to say, we've been walking like crazy. We've been walking between 12 and 20 miles a day.
In that heat.
No wonder you look so fabulous.
Thank you. But my 88-year-old father is walking more than I am.
That's crazy.
I'll be like, listen, I can't do anymore. We have to go home. I can't walk anymore. He's like, okay, if you need to. He has been walking this whole I don't even understand.
He is awesome.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Well, Kim, it's like your mom when you went to Italy. Didn't you say she was just like on fire?
Yeah, she actually sprained her ankle and kept going. So the entire trip.
I think that's amazing. Jerry Reed, welcome to the show. Nice to see you.
Oh,
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I know. It's so good to see Jerry. When's the last time we heard from Jerry?
I hear from Jerry. He'll comment on my pictures and stuff. But he's so sweetie.
We're so glad that he's here. That is awesome. But I'm so glad to see both of you this summer. I am loving the summer. Summertime is awesome. And we've been lucky because we've had really, really great weather. I know you guys have had a lot of rain, overcast, crapo weather. It's been super hot, but sunny all the time. So it's awesome.
That's awesome. How long are you there for?
I am there until the end of July. I am here till the end of July.
What?
Awesome.
You have a hair appointment. You better
I'll make that appointment.
Oh, look at who's here. Lisa is here.
Oh,
We love Lisa, one of our fellow mystics. I
We
love
love
it.
Lisa.
Lisa's
We love
doing some
her.
really cool things in the summer too.
Oh,
She
yeah.
does the reenactments for the war reenactments and things like
Yes.
that.
We
And she's
have to
sleeping in
go
tents.
visit her. We have to go visit her and be dressed in red coats, ladies, and just
I would love
go
to
around
do
with
something
her.
like that.
That would be so cool. An open-minded
Sneak up on their
mystics.
camp.
Yeah.
Reenactment.
It would be cool if we like did like if we connected with spirits like that.
You know
That
where
would be
it's supposed
really
to
cool.
be, and Lisa's going to write in on this. I know she will. One of the most haunted places in the world is Gettysburg.
Look at this. She just wrote it.
Oh my
Before
gosh.
you even said it.
No. Okay.
Yeah, she said
Are there ghost tours and stuff like that in Gettysburg?
Oh my God. They say that in Gettysburg, and Lisa, I know you're obviously right here. They say that you can see at night, if you go on the battlefield, you can see spirits like running across the battlefield.
I need to be on some sort of Xanax or something to be on
Yeah.
that
Oh my
tour.
God.
Please write in.
Says the life coach.
Yes, says the life coach.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going to be at Wild West City at the end of July.
First of all, we need to talk about this. The Wild West City still happening? Obviously, it is in New Jersey, right?
What
Yeah.
is that? I don't know what
It's
that
out
is.
by like Newton.
I'm writing it down because I want to go, and I think we should all go, and we should be
She has
dressed
a ghost
as Wild
picture.
West.
Okay, I don't know what it is.
Okay,
so
we have to see it.
You don't remember Wild West City when we were kids? It'd be like the commercial would be like Wild West City, like, and it was
maybe
it was almost like it's like
Westworld. Do you remember the show Westworld?
I never saw
Okay,
it.
it's a show. It is a Western city, Kim, where everyone is dressed in like an old Western city.
Ah,
So they
okay.
keep it like a city that you'd see out in Colorado or Nevada
Right.
or whatever. It's like an old ghost town, but there's real cowboys and everyone rides horses, and it's like a Wild West town in the middle of New Jersey.
in the middle of New Jersey. It was like a place that. Oh, and by the way, Lisa, if you want, you could text me and I could put it up. If you text me the picture, I could actually put it up while we're on the show. So you have my number. Text me.
Obviously, she's seen those ghosts, but go ahead.
So no, because she said I don't know how to send it here. So that's why I was just like answering her for that. But Wild West City was a place that when you were a little kid, you'd go. I honestly don't think I was ever there because it cost money to go. And if it wasn't free, it wasn't for me or for my family. But you'd go there and they would do these shows, like they'd rope things and they'd have bank robberies, like it was a city set up like an Western town.
Fun.
Yeah, I don't know what it looks like now, but you know what I think of every time I think of Wild West City? I think of that episode on the Brady Bunch where they go,
where they
and they all had to take their belts and put it together to get the keys. I love that episode.
I love that episode too.
Any millennial watching this is like, what are they talking about?
That's okay.
That's when they get lost in the Grand Canyon, right?
Oh, yes. And they're eating beans out of the flashlight.
Yes.
With Vincent Price. That was amazing. You know, I want to tell you because of what she said, the ghost picture. I saw a movie last night for the first time, and you know I'm always behind on the movies. I saw the movie with Mel Gibson, Signs.
Oh my God.
Which was Signs? I don't think I ever saw that. I know.
Oh my gosh, you need to watch that movie.
Really?
Yes, because
it's scary though, right? Isn't it scary?
It's
I'm
scary,
not good with scary
like
movies.
No, I'm not either. It was scary only for like a jumping kind of a thing. But let me tell you something. It was an amazing message, that movie. And I don't think I would have even appreciated it when it first came out as much as I appreciate it now because of what we all believe in, subscribe in, and manifesting. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable. Okay,
I'll watch it, but I got scared in Scary Movie, the mock movie about
Scary
Movie.
Wow. Okay, we have a jokester on our show. Christopher Quigley's coming in and he says, what do you call the Italian ghost? A garage ghoul.
Like a gabagool, I guess.
Gabagool?
Like
garage ghoul?
Wow. Well, I don't even get that one. And
I think it was supposed to be Gaba, but it probably auto-corrected to garage.
Yeah,
I like that Kim knew that because she's Italian. She's like, oh, it's a gabagool.
It is a gabagool.
I thought it was going to be a fungool.
It's got to be a gabagool. But, oh my God, yes. Oh, that is so wild. Okay. I'm just still freaking out about the Gettysburg thing, that she camped out at Gettysburg. So we need to have her on the show.
We need to have her on.
I'm telling you, there it is. It's gabagool.
Gabagool. Gabagool. Very good, Kim. Kim,
very good.
You win all the cheese for that one.
That's right. You win all the gabagool. It's all yours. Gabagool. But we have to have her on because, like I said, Gettysburg is one of the most haunted places in the world. Think
in the
about it.
world. Who
All those
knew?
people died on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. We're gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Did you guys did everything change your blow your mind from having Michael on as our guest last show?
Wow.
I have to tell you, I had no idea that they had a new astrology thing, and it has been all I can't wait to have a reading with him. It is all I've been researching. It's become like my new favorite thing to research. There's a lot of information out there, but I definitely think, you know, you kind of have to be trained in it because or it's just going to take you too long to figure it all out. But there's so much stuff that he didn't tell us about. There are gates, and everybody has a gate, and some of those gates are connected. And if you have those connected gates, that's something that I think it's kind of like a something that is working for you or not working for you in your life. Some of them are harder than others, but I found out I have the gate of charisma. I was like,
wait. Before we get
into it, I agree.
For those of you that are just tuning in or you didn't get to see Michael last show, he does something called human design, which is a combination of Kabbalah, astrology,
Judaism, I think.
Kabbalah. Kabbalah is Judaism, right? It's mystical Judaism, astrology, and one other thing. It was like numerology is also involved.
Yeah, numerology. Yeah,
and he also does a lot of health, which is why his page Digest by Design is his Instagram page. It's Digest by Design, not Digest. You know what I mean? Like when I first read it, I put the emphasis on the wrong part. It literally, he talks about nutrition. He said he lost 100 pounds once he started to practice, you know, what he learned from his human design reading. And he was very open about letting us know that it's newer to him and he's learning more about it, but he's incredible. He's an amazing student and teacher. And I was lucky enough to, I got to meet him through having a reading. And then I asked him to be on the show. And it's just great. I actually booked my daughters for readings, and I was a little hesitant because I was like, oh God, he's going to see in the chart what kind of mother I am for both of those kids. And I was just like, what am I doing?
You're a wonderful mother.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that. And I agree with that. But it really was weird because I do believe in it so much. So if somebody really didn't believe in it, maybe they're like, oh yeah, whatever, they're going to have a reading. But me, I believe in it so much that I was just like, ooh, if I give him the kids' birth dates and when they were born, and then he sees in the chart, like, oh, your mother, you know, I was like so nervous. But then I was like,
yeah, but you know what? I feel like that's such a nice gift to get for your girls because I don't know, Kim, you could speak to this, and Donna, because you've had the reading, and Kim, just because you do all kinds of things like this and you've done a lot of research. I would assume it's like, again, human design. It gives you kind of like a blueprint to work with of what's happening in your life, what's working in your life, what's not working in your life, what you may want to look for. So I think for your girls, Donna, what a great gift. It's something, even if you don't totally believe in that 100%, which I don't know where they land on the spectrum.
They believe in it.
They'll get some information, I'm sure, that will be eye-opening. Kim, you were saying you've been doing a ton of research.
Right. And one of the things I think that parents should get a reading from Michael about their kids.
Absolutely.
Because I started researching my kids. And one of the things I thought was really interesting when I looked at my son, and if he's watching, not that he'd ever watch this, but I love him desperately, but I don't know, the way he eats or was open taste. So I looked it up, and basically in his chart, he's a picky eater. And I'm like, it actually kind of made me, I wish I had known that years ago. And I definitely think that I need more information from Michael about how to, I don't know how to work with the person who has open taste. I'm sure he has that information. But when I saw that, I was like, I wish I had known about this so many years ago, because it really makes a lot of sense. And they talk about your environment, and he could teach you about your environment and what environments are the best for you. And
what does that mean, Kim? So when they say, or Donna, because you've had the reading, when they're talking about environment, what are they actually talking about? Like city versus countries versus suburb? Or no? Okay.
Well, they do.
There's a little bit. There's some of that too. Yeah.
It's very intricate because I've been researching it and it's got pages upon pages. I couldn't possibly teach it. So I'm someone who, I mean, I would ask Michael for the specifics,
Right.
but there's different types of environment that that you thrive in. So, I studied mine, which is kitchen. And so in kitchens,
Yeah.
So in kitchens, now remember, I'm not a teacher of human design. This is just kind of what I got. In kitchens, you thrive in places where things are transformed, right? So art studios, kitchens, places. And if you think about what I do for a living, I spend workshops where people are transformed. So that's my version of a kitchen. But there's also marketplaces. So and marketplaces aren't like stores. I think they're like, you thrive among, buying and selling, or where people are
and gathering it like
or valleys or mountains. And my son is caves. So he's open taste picky in caves. He does better.
He's a bat. He's a bat.
Clearly.
He is a bat.
He does better in places that he can control, which was, once again, I think that parents would benefit so much by knowing their kids' chart, even more than my own. I found myself much more interested in my kids. Even though they're older, I could still, they were 18 and 20. It's still such a benefit, I think, to study your child's chart. And and so kitchens was pretty cool. And it makes sense. And the thing is that there's other things in the chart that also, just to know, my stepdaughter is a projector, and I didn't know what that was. So I had to read it. And one of the things in projectors that it said was that they need more downtime. They need more time. They don't have the kind of energy that manifesting generators have. And when I read that, I'm like, oh, kind of was like she's doing her design when she goes and takes a nap in the middle of the day. It's actually because she's a hard worker. She gets good grades, and she just always naps. And I'm like, because she's a projector. It makes you kind of go, why didn't I learn this 20 years ago?
It's so interesting that, exactly what you're saying, that this information is not readily available. It's not available. It's, I mean, where has this information been? How do we get a hold of it? So you're doing everything, Kim, that you're doing online. Is that where you're looking at?
I'm looking it up online. The information could be wrong. So I would definitely,
I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong.
Look at Kim.
No,
the information could be wrong.
But what I mean is, I'm not trained in it. It's not something that I would come and teach online. No. There's a lot of other things I'm trained in.
No,
if you want to know about chakras, I'm your girl.
Yes. Hi, what's going on, Triple M Treats? You want to say hello? We don't want to ignore anybody that's writing in. So many people tonight writing in. I love it. Holly Dawn is here. Lisa, I got your picture. I'm going to put it up closer to the middle or the end so we just don't get derailed, because once we see that picture, I just almost passed out like uploading it. But I wanted to say, one of the things that Michael had said, I'm going to put his name back up here again, or actually it's Digest by Design on Instagram. If you want to book a reading and you let him know that you saw the information here on Open Minded Mystics, he is giving people that watch Open Minded Mystics and that are a part of our group a special rate. So please, just so you know, if you are interested at all, go over there and check it out. The other thing is he gave us a really great piece of information. It's called Digest by, I'm like so out of it. myhumandesign.com. Sorry, guys. And you can look it up. And like, I know I have mine on my phone and I found it, Kim. I know we were talking about it. And I found out that I am, a daytime eater. And you know what that does to me? That really upsets me because I'm never hungry during the daytime part. I'm only hungry at night. But lately, I have been feeling that my whole life, I've been pretty consistent with my weight, or at least if I put a couple pounds on, I could take them off pretty quickly. But this summer, my life has been upside down. I'm moving my business and I'm doing all these things, which mean that I am truly just not in a really great a routine, because I'm at work and then I'm moving things and then I'm stressed. So then I'm like, I'm going to go out to dinner and have a drink or whatever the case may be. So then you go and you do that and then you're having another snack or you're having something else. And I'm like eating pizza. I mean, I will say I'm really sad that Route 3 Pizza is closed, but that might help. Yeah, Route 3
Yes.
Pizza closed. I don't know why.
No, we don't. Did you ever hear from the Route 3 guy?
No,
Because,
I tried to
ladies and
call
gentlemen,
because I was going to ask him,
it's an
if he's okay,
institution.
because I like actually worry about that guy. I never knew his name, but because you've been with me, Tracy, when I've called
Yes.
for pizza, and they'd be like, "Hello, my friend," and I'm like, "It's me." He's like, "What can I get for you?" And I'm like, 3 pies, cut them into 16ths, and deliver it to the Brookdale. We would do
Yeah.
that all the time after comedy shows, and we'd feed everybody that stayed after the show pizza.
Right.
I don't know.
And
The
it was
last time I
amazing
was,
pizza.
the last time I was there, remember I told you I answered the phone, I took an order.
Phone for him. He was so busy, crazy busy, and
So
nobody.
I hope he's okay, but he was a really great guy. If anybody out there has any kind of intel or insider information, I would love to know what happened to Route 3 Pizza. But getting back to what we were talking about, I just find this whole thing interesting and kind of echoing what both of you said. I said that to Michael. I'm like, this is something now that you realize it, that as soon as you have a baby, like you should be checking this stuff out.
Right.
Because it's like, you're able to actually have more compassion and almost like patience and forgiveness for your son's picky eating because it's in his chart.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean
Right.
about the belief of this. That's what I'm talking about, is like, not everybody is as strong of a believer in everything like it is. Like, someone in my life, very special in my life, always says to me, you literally live in a magical world. He's like, people ask me, what is Donna like? And he says, she just lives in her own magical world. I can't really explain it, but she really thinks that there's a reason for everything. She sees the connections with everything and anything.
I love it though.
I do too. I don't know any other way to live.
Well,
So
I wonder, what is your profile? Like, so there's different profile. So one of the things I found in human design is that we all have a profile. So my profile is a 3-5. So
I know I wrote this down.
So I know numbers. I don't know all the numbers, but you could look them up. So I know 1s are people who like to investigate. 2s are, I can't remember what 2s do. 4s are people who like to make connections. You have to have a 4 probably in there somewhere. 6s are people who are role models. 5s are people who are guides or teachers and something else. Not on purpose.
And
Like,
you're a 3 and you're a 3
a
and
5. 3 is a person who has to learn by making mistakes. Right? Like if you think about what I've done, I created a program, and all of my work is because I couldn't heal and I needed tools. And I went and found all these different tools to help me heal. And once they helped me heal, I turned around and helped other people do it too. Right?
That's amazing.
Right? So most of my program all of my programs were created because when I was a mess, I got better, and it took me a long time, and what was out there wasn't helping me, and I needed something to work. And I kind of put together all the things that helped me and turned it around and made it a program for other people. Right?
I found my notes.
Okay. What are you?
So I'm a number 5.
Okay. That's the guide.
I have 4 Aquarius. I have all 4. Oh, 4 Aquarius.
What's your profile?
Oh, my life path number is 7.
Maybe that's it. No. That's astrology. Hold on. Let me look it up.
I think I'm a number 5. I wrote down, but I'm gate 20, whatever that means.
Oh, you're a profile 6-2, the exemplary human.
Oh.
Way to go!
Look at that.
Wow, I'll take it. 6-2.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
6-2. I mean, I've never looked up a 6-2, but exemplary human sounds like you.
That sounds pretty cool, right? Not bad. And a gate 20. So I don't know.
What? Explain. Okay, can you explain, Donna? First of all, before you go into that, Kim was just talking about how she took all of her problems and made them into like a program to help people, right? Which is unbelievably exciting. And you have a new program, right?
Oh, I do.
Oh, yeah. What's it called?
It's called Empowering You, Getting Started, the Fundamentals. I'm launching it probably I want to launch it in the middle of July. So I'd say probably by July 20th. I haven't picked the date yet, but I will definitely put it out when I'm launching it. And basically it walks you through, it teaches you, I have a introductory program, a class where I teach you the basics of my work. and the basics of the reasons why my work works. And these are the fundamentals. They're the beginning things that everybody should be doing every day. I give you a meditation. I give you the thoughts that you're supposed to, it's step by step. I don't give you, there's no guesswork involved in it. It's 15 minutes a day of stuff that you can do every day for 4 weeks. It takes you through 4 weeks of a journey of letting go. It's a journey of letting go of what's not effective in relationships, and it's focused on relationships. So if there's a relationship that's ineffective in your life, it's not about you and that other person. It's about you stepping into your power when you're with that other person, releasing what is holding you back, creating more effective ways of thinking and use of your power. Because I think that we don't understand what empowered means. Empowered doesn't mean I'm going to be strong and fight you. Empowered means I'm going to stand in my light and be the most authentic version of myself that's based in love. And that's what I teach you how to do. So I really teach you how to light yourself from the inside out in 15 minutes a day. It's a program designed for busy people. I'm really excited to launch it. It is self-paced and self-done, although you do it once a day. And then I also have an opportunity to speak to me once in the program, to speak to me at the end. And you can talk about what it is that you want to create. It's a session. It's a session, and I'm giving everything at a discount. The whole thing with me is $247.
Wow.
4-week program. Yeah.
That's
So
great.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. And
what do you say to the person that says, I'm not in a relationship?
Well, this particular program really focuses on relationships, but it's whatever. So the way I've designed it is whatever you're struggling in your life is what you're in relationship with. So and I say my first video says, if it's not someone who's a partner that you're struggling with, then it can be your partner would be food. If it's food that you're struggling with,
there you go.
Whatever. Because everything is relationship. Everything is. And the reason why I do it in relationship is because empowering you is really hard to do because we can't see ourselves. So everyone in our life that we're struggling with is a mirror to ourselves. So they're actually gifts that were given to us to teach us where we need to heal. So whatever we're struggling with is actually a gift. It doesn't feel like it, but it's a gift of sight, because everything that comes to you that you find a struggle, or everything that comes to you that you find hard is designed for your healing. Because I believe that we're all meant to stand in our power, and standing in our power means standing in our light joyfully. I believe we're all meant to be joyful. And so anybody who's come into your life that you're struggling with, I could think of like 7 right now that I'm like, maybe I'll take them through the program.
Right.
Because relationships aren't easy, and they're not easy by design. They're not easy by design because it is in relationships that we can see the things that we're struggling with, our own judgment. The other day I was meditating and I was thinking about something that, I could say, well, this person is doing this, and it's really clear in my mind, but they're doing this thing, right? So I went into meditation, I went into the Akashic Records, and I heard really clearly, when you let go of this judgment about this person, and I'm like, oh man,
so I think that's important. I think
me
that's
again.
Important. Yeah, I do. I think that's important that we hear that. And I know this will be addressed in your program. If you are in relationship with anyone in any way, I'm asking this, the things that bother you about it are things that you need to work on generally. Is that what it is?
Well, it doesn't mean that you should stay with everybody who bothers you, or allow people to step on you and
Right.
You're a doormat. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about recognizing that when we're triggered, we have something that needs to heal. Maybe it's the healing is we need to use our voice. Maybe the healing is we need to say that doesn't work for us, but there's something going on. We're really, really upset with someone that it's always a sign of something that needs to change within us. Because the important thing to understand is it's never what happens that makes us upset. It's never what happens. It's what we think about what happens that makes us upset. And our thoughts are the basis of our power. And when we are aligned with align our thoughts with our truth, we stand in our power. So our truth is always the most loving thought. That doesn't mean it's always the nicest thought. It doesn't mean it's always the the most doormat thought. It means it's the always most loving thought to you. Does that make sense? So let me explain. My child did something that I thought was really entitled, right? So I spent my whole day thinking, so entitled, my God, and getting angrier and angrier that they were so entitled. And then it dawned on me when I actually went and did the work. They feel that way because I created a space that allowed them to feel that way. And who am I really mad at? Who did I not really set the boundary with? Who did I not really create the right line with? Me. So when I got that this was a me problem, not a them problem, and I got that I stepped back in my power when I'm like, oh, I need to make a change. It's not their fault that they thought that they could do that. It's my thought that I created the space that allowed that. And yes, was it difficult? And what happened was I was able to come back and be calm in the next conversation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's because I wasn't mad at them anymore because I recognized where I lost my power. It's that simple. It's constantly being in check with what your power is. That doesn't mean that people don't gaslight us. There's not narcissists out there. It doesn't mean those things. It doesn't mean that you might have to walk away from the person or not walk away from a person, but figure out where you gave your power away, get back into your power. And that's why I say empower you. Then you make better decisions about what to do and how to handle the relationship. I feel like if we were all empowered in relationships, some relationships we wouldn't even be in. And
of course,
most of us would be much more joyful because when you're empowered, you're standing in your joy. So
yeah.
So,
very good. I want to say hi to Sherry Bree.
Hi, Sherry.
Saying hola tonight. So many familiar friends. I think it's like a nice summer night. People are in here with us tonight watching and just relaxing.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I love it.
I love it too. And that's one of the other things we're going to talk about. Well, Donna, we still have to get back to your reading if there's anything else you want to tell us about it, because I think it's fascinating. But we're also talking about summertime and how to keep track. Okay. So Kim, we have your new program, which is really exciting, and everybody can benefit from that because as Kim and Donna were talking about, you're always in relationship to someone or something.
Right.
So you can always improve that. And I do think that's huge to hear that it's always all about you. And when you remember that, it's great that you said that, Kim, because that has been happening to me lately where I go, you know what? This is about me.
Yeah.
This is about me, not the other person. It's about me, like you say, not setting the boundaries, not saying whatever needs to be said. So I think if you take a little bit of time and really remember that, you're a lot calmer in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
But how do we keep that during summertime, ladies? Because as we know, summertime is party time. There's a lot of distractions and a lot of things going on. And how do you keep on your journey and keep yourself disciplined during the summer?
This is a wonderful question. Can I start?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Go for it. You're
okay, so this is your friend. Okay. So one of the things that I do, first place, I always remind people the best way to start your day, and especially if you're on vacation, you have a little more time or you have some downtime where you're just sitting, right? But the best way to start your day to remind yourself about staying empowered is to start your day thinking 3 good thoughts, right? I talk about this endlessly, but start your day finding 3 good feeling thoughts. Figure out a way to feel good before you get out of bed. Feel excited about the day. If you have yucky things to do, it's not really vacation anyway, but find a way to think about them that feels fun or funny. Make a joke about it. Make a joke about, when this is over, and find a way to make it funny. Another thing that I always do is I've been setting alarms to remind myself. So I do a Course in Miracles lessons every day. And right now, if anybody's ever done a Course in Miracles, there's some lessons that are like 15 times a day. And I'm like, who can do something 15 times a day?
Right.
So I turned it off for this class, but I set my alarms to go off, every on the hour so that I can remember. Now, no one has to really do that, but your alarms are your friend. Right. Use them to remind yourself to stay focused. Also, sticky notes. Sticky notes are really good. Put one
everywhere.
Yeah. Put one in your wallet. Put one in your pocketbook. Remind yourself when you're on vacation and you're sitting on the beach, meditate. Just say, I'm just going to pay attention to the waves. I'm just going to listen to the waves. I set an alarm for 5 minutes. I'm going to tell everybody else, I'm just going to go over here, put my chair over here. I don't have to think about anything, but I'm going to concentrate on the sound of the waves. Because if you've ever gone to YouTube and look up meditation tapes, half of them have sounds of waves. You're there.
Right. Enjoy the
so true.
Right? Half of them are like the waves coming in, the waves going out. Everybody on the beach can meditate for 5 minutes, even if you're in a crowd. And one of the things that, so I read that Linda Howe book, right? And I love her, the Akashic Records. And she said, oh, you can't enter the Akashic Records unless you if you're drinking. I'm sorry. If you can't enter the Akashic Records if you're drinking. Then I was reading a Seth book. I've been reading Seth again. And in the middle of Seth, the Seth books are channeled work, and they're channeled into a woman named Jane Roberts. And they're dictated by her husband, Robert Butts, I think his name is. Unfortunate name, but he types up what Jane Roberts says, and he constantly says Jane stopped to have a smoke of a cigarette. Jane drank some of her beer. I'm like, this woman is channeling otherworldly beings, and she's having a beer. I may not be able to enter the Akashic Records with alcohol, but I could speak to my guides with a beer.
Exactly.
I mean, read the books all throughout them. She's having wine, she's having beer, she's smoking, she's polluting her body and able to speak to spirits. So that was such a great awareness that I came to. Not that I suggest you go get high and try to speak to spirit.
Yeah, because you.
But if you're on vacation, you could still, converse, spend some time trying to, have a conversation with your inner guides. You can, or your inner self while you're quiet. If you're on the beach, if it's a hiking vacation, take a time to appreciate what's going on. Appreciation can be done anywhere. I mean, one of the things that Abraham Hicks always say that you should do is when you're outside, appreciate all the plants and flowers, the trees, thank them all the time. My boyfriend knows because we'll go walking, and if I see like flowers, I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And he's like, oh, you're gonna thank that flower over there? I'm like, oh, thanks for pointing it out. Thank you.
Yes, I am.
yes, I am.
Yeah, I hear you. I do the same things. I like to do that, and I like to rehome bugs.
You like to rehome bugs, right?
Yeah,
right.
I don't like to kill them. And then recently, I was rehoming what I thought was a fly, and I went to pick it up, and then somebody said to me, you're going to touch those disgusting flies. They're always on poop. And I'm like, I know, but they're winged creatures. And I went to get it, and I was like, don't worry, I'm going to save you. And it stung me. It was a wasp.
Oh,
I didn't know. I thought it was black. I thought it was a fly. It was like this in the window of the salon. And then I was just like, oh man, I had like a lump in my thumb for a week.
Wasps are no joke. That's no joke. Yeah.
That hurts.
Well, I was trying,
Yeah, God bless you, man. I'm never picking up a wasp.
I didn't know it was a wasp, but I mean, I was like, well, I did it.
Yeah, and they just had a whole big thing on them. This is like obviously old news, but did you know that when wasps and bees and everything, when they sting you, they kill themselves. They die.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, the wasp died, didn't it, when it stung you?
Well, I sprayed it with alcohol.
You're
I was pissed.
Well, you were going to save it until it hurt you. And then you're
yes,
like, you go
exactly.
down, buddy.
I'm going to have to take your course, apparently.
You're like, I'm not in good relation with bugs. I'm having trouble.
I was trying to save you.
It was about me. Okay. I was trying to save me. You stung me and I had to kill you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Basically, that's how it worked. Okay.
No, they
You're
die.
like,
They die when they sting you.
Yeah, because what happens is, I just found this out. I literally just found this out and saw a video about it. They have barbs on their stingers.
Oh yeah.
So the barb goes into your skin, and then when it gets pulled out, it rips them in half.
Oh.
It rips like their tail end.
They must really like feel like it's the end. And they're kamikazing themselves when they
Yeah,
do that.
Well, but
yeah.
they think they're saving themselves. That's so weird. Can
I
you
know,
imagine
that's
thinking you're
Are
saving
you
yourself
sure
and
they
killing?
think that, or it's not? It might just
Well, they're
be a
defending
reaction.
themselves.
yeah, I can't imagine that they would do that knowing what was going to happen to them.
I don't know, but how do we know that they know that that's going to happen to them? That's what I'm saying. Like,
I
That's what I
don't-
mean.
who's
It could.
interviewed a wasp, and the wasp was like, "Listen, fellas,
Didn't you see
Well-
B movie?
I
Well,
lost half
here's
my
the-
family to
here's the thing. I
a
think that
raucous, angry weekend."
they just respond, right? Aren't they just responding
Yeah.
to
Yes,
stimuli?
just their nature. Just
But when I was a young girl, I fell down a hill with my cousin, and we fell
you fell
as we
down
were-
a well or a hill?
fell down like we were hiking, and we fell down like the mountain, and I fell into a hive, and I was stung 27 times, and they were all stuck to me. It was all, they came
You're
up like
lucky
in a
you lived through that.
swarm.
That's
No, she
horrifying.
actually was really sick. She was stung like 40 times. She was really sick. But no, I was fine. I swam in that night. I mean, with a ton. I mean, it was painful.
That is scary. That is brutal.
My
Oh.
sister
Like,
said
and
it
that's
looked
when
like
I knew I should be a life coach.
Yeah, like if I can save myself through the bees, I can save other people.
Exactly.
Well, Donna,
I-
how do you stay on track in the summertime? Because
Well.
you're a summer girl, you're a summer baby. Now you actually like the beach.
Well, I do like the beach, and I did get to go, once so far, and it was awesome. I didn't go in the water; it was too cold. But something like what Kim was saying, I actually like to meditate on the beach, but instead of just listening to the sound of the waves, I will close my eyes and see how many different sounds I can actually hear.
Oh,
So
that's
instead of just listening to the waves, I'll close my eyes and I'll try to get myself in tune. And then it's like all of a sudden I can really hear like the birds, and I could hear the waves, and then I could hear, the wasps. I'm complaining. And it's just like, I just like to do that a little bit too. But I'm a gratitude person, appreciation person. So I like the appreciation, but what keeps me on track is walking the dog, because it makes me get up, get out. And I do listen. Sometimes I'll listen to Abraham Hicks. Sometimes I tried, like even today, to listen to the recording of my reading with Michael, because I wanted to like learn some more stuff to talk about. But then I get distracted. And lately, Rusty just has this whole thing. And I put a video up today where he just likes to lay down, and he just doesn't want to walk anymore. So like we're walking, and all of a sudden he's just like, this looks comfortable. And I'm sitting there in the middle of the field, like on the main street in Nutley here. And I'm like, I can't sit in this grass. There's so many bugs. And so now I'm just standing there while he's laying like a king, sprawled out across the grass. And then I go to try to get him to like, take a walk, and he flops on his back. So he like flips on his back, he puts his feet up, and now I'm like, oh, now I'm giving you belly rubs. Like I'm rewarding this behavior. He's
Right.
like,
you need to take my course, clearly.
I obviously do. He's a gabagool. I'm like, get up, you big jamoke. I'm like, let's go. So, but I do find that to be peaceful. But I also love to recognize the signs that I see. So I see bunnies all the time. But like lately, since I've been wanting to see bunnies,
Right.
I see them more. So it's like one day I actually took a video and put it up of like a family of bunnies living under this like hedge. And I stood there with the dog because he was laying on the lawn. And I was just standing there watching them frolic with like the squirrels. It was like the coolest thing, because I was like, this is so interesting to me to watch nature. And just like, they don't care what's going on. They don't have a pie in the oven. They don't have laundry to do. They're just living.
Right.
Well, it's interesting. I
love
was
that.
listening to Esther Hicks the other day, and she said, she was talking about like all the negativity that people are creating, and she's like, well, the animals in your world are actually keeping the energy positive.
Yes.
I was like, oh, that really chills me out. They're because they're so positive, because they're so present, because their energy's so aligned with whatever they're doing, that there's not a lot of overthinking going on in the animal kingdom. And so they're just completely present. And in that presence, there is a sort of joy that happens, that animals are able to keep the world from, they're the reason the energy works.
I believe it. I believe it.
That
I
makes
was like, how did I just find this out?
yeah.
I don't know, but I wanted to really quick go back to something that we were talking about with the human design, because you had asked and you said that Kim took everything that she learned and made a new course. And the one thing I found out from Michael was, as a manifesting generator, which is really cool because it's like a manifestor that manifests at a generator. So it's like he said that the one where the kings and the queens, I think, were the generators, and the manifestors were. I really need to listen to it again and take notes. Okay.
Were the king? I don't know.
Well, and then the others were artistic, so that was very cool. So he said, I am multi-passionate. So he said, you are multi-passionate. And we talked about the fact that he's like, you love to do hair and you do it in an artistic way. You love to paint. And I asked him about like comedy. He said, oh my God, it's actually in your chart. So
really?
Yes. And they all work together. And that's the same thing with him. He's a musician. He does the human design readings, and he does a lot of stuff with health and wellness. So he said to me, he's like, everything that you do feeds the next thing that you do. Right. And that was an aha moment for me, because if anyone that knows me, they know that I like to take my business, use my business for fundraising, use the fundraising to do the comedy shit. Like they all work together. So that made me feel really good, because I feel like I always thought maybe I was scattered and that it was a lack of focus, which is why I have focus on my wrist. But it's not that it's a lack of focus. It's like, almost like a hyper awareness to other things I like to focus. Like I'm not just into one thing.
Right.
So
and you have
so
much energy too, because I was looking at, I think I was looking at your chart. The one thing that I did learn is that there are the different chakras of human design, and the ones that are colored in mean that you're empowered in those. Okay. And you have so many of them. I don't know if you could say your chart. So many of them are colored in.
Yes.
Yeah. And so they have a lot of energy in your system. Yeah. And that's probably part of it, right? That you have so much energy, you need to keep yourself moving.
Yeah.
And
I sometimes I don't realize
energy.
I know. Sometimes I don't really realize it, but I do have a lot of energy.
Yeah, you have tremendous.
Now, when you had the reading with Michael, Donna, for the people that haven't seen it.
Yeah.
You were blown away by it, right?
Oh my God. Like, yeah. I mean, it was an hour-long reading on a Zoom call that I sat there, and we weren't finished. Like we could have kept going, because there's so many facets to it. So for anyone that's just tuning in, or if you tuned in and you're wondering what we're talking about, episode 111, which was our last episode, we had a guest on. His name is Michael, and he does human design readings. I sent him my information, which is basically your birth chart, but it's taken to a different level. So it's, your name, where you were born, the time of your birth, which we also went over last show and said, if you don't know where your birth, time, what your birth time is, a lot of hospitals carry the records. I lost my original birth certificate, and I went to the town hall, like the county hall, I guess you call it, town hall. And I went to get a copy. I needed it for my passport. And that's when I realized the time was on it. And I saw that I was born at 4:20 p.m. And that just makes a lot of sense. Not because of much, like, I'm not saying that I am doing that, but like, come on, like it just makes so much sense. 4:20. And, but yeah, so it was so interesting, because the whole reading was like, he was just like, okay, so in your chart, who's the person that beep, 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 beep? And I was like, yes. And like, all the stuff he said was just like so wild, because like,
so wait, he went into like super detail like that.
Oh yeah. He asked me, he said, do you want to go into detailed, or do you want me to say things like, if I say something that triggers you, let me know. And I'm like, say it all. I'm here for it.
So he would tell you about, like, he would say a name.
Well, he would say like a relationship to me, right? Like mother, father, brother, sister, uncle, aunt. Like he would say stuff like that. Like one of the things I can say, which he said, there was an interruption in your education. Did you quit school? And I said, what? He said, yeah, in your early teens, like, it shows in the chart. And I was like, interruption in my school. And I couldn't even understand what that meant. But then we were discussing my education. He said, okay, well, it also shows that you benefit from, or something about the type of education that I benefit from is non-conventional. So he's like, there's a lot of non-conventional education. I see it that you do well with non-conventional or unconventional education. And I said, well, that's really funny because that's, to me, I guess that was beauty school. That wasn't like your typical college. And the reason I had to go was because my parents made a mistake and both claimed me on their income tax, which is what made it so I couldn't go to college. And I was like, wait a minute, there's the interruption in education. And I said, but it didn't happen. He said in an earlier interruption. I mean, I guess when you think about the grand scheme of life, that is considered an earlier part of your life. But the way he had said it and articulated it, in my mind, I'm thinking 12, 13, and then he was like, well, that makes total sense. But he said to me, you also have the same, like my node or something is like, oh my gosh, a famous composer, piano player.
Beethoven.
And maybe Beethoven. And he said, did you do anything with music or did you sing or anything? And I said, yeah, I was in choir my whole life and I played violin and cello and I couldn't read music. So I just memorized it. And he was like, yes. He's like, that's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
So it was just like that kind of stuff, like where, when you know yourself, right? I'm sure Kim with the energy work you do, Tracy with what you do with a crowd, like and how you can command a crowd. Not that you're not impressed by yourself, but you just know that that is your gift. That is your talent.
Right.
And you don't sit there and maybe sit in reverence like other people would of you. I know, Tracy, I've been with you in a room where you we're in a comedy show and like maybe other people were doing really well, but you have an effect on people that the room becomes like loud. The energy that you can make like a room have is incredible. That is such a talent, which is why I know I've heard other comics that will say, well, I don't want to follow her, because following you is a very tough act. You're a tough act to follow. Right. You are a tough act to follow. Really. And that is an actual gift. That is something that, I'm sorry, like that's you. That is not something that you could be taught. I mean, maybe you think you can, but you can't be taught. That is you. No. And I'm just kidding. No, but you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I appreciate it. And I'm no.
And the really same thing.
And it's 3 o'clock in the morning where she is.
Exactly. But I mean it. I'm not just saying, like, listen, she doesn't want any money, folks. Like, this is not like,
I've seen you, Tracy. You're amazing.
You are unbelievable. And you just have like such a gift of the way to do that. That is something that you were spiritually given. And probably, I can't wait for you to have your reading to find out like what other connections there are to it, because that is something that you've taken here from you. That is part of your soul. That is a part of your eternal journey. No one's going to tell me differently. I believe in that so much. And and I think the same thing with you, Kim. I mean, the fact that you can, connect with guides and see colors and auras, that's something that some people, I guess, could be taught maybe, but not really. That is something that you...
Yeah, I feel like that is a complete...
I can look at both of you really hard and I'm just like... I can really color your hair. That's about
I don't see when I look at you. I kind of close my eyes.
So I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
But speaking of auras and things now, because we have about 7 minutes left, our friend Lisa sent over that picture of a ghost picture. Would anybody be interested in seeing that?
Yes,
I wish Lisa was here. I think she might still be here. I don't know if she's here. Or
we've got to get her on the show. She does, for those of you that weren't here at the top of the show, Lisa does reenactments, like Civil War reenactments.
Her and her husband.
Oh, right. Okay. She and her husband do Civil War reenactments, which I think is fascinating.
So cool.
And they recently camped out in Gettysburg.
Yes.
And to my understanding, and I don't know, Lisa, you're
going to type it in there, Lisa, and I'll post whatever you want to say before.
Don't they camp? I think they camp out in like Civil War tents.
Oh, Civil War tents.
Camp out like the guys in the Civil War would camp out.
It's like laying a napkin over this. Like it looks like this. It looks like, like it looks like this.
No glamping there. No glamping.
Not pink though. No, it's not pink, but they're like in a tent that I've seen it. It looks like that. I mean, they have to like each other because they're really close to each other. And it's like wool. It looks itchy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
it's just itchy and hot.
I mean, I don't know, but
and so she was camped out at Gettysburg, which
Mhm.
is, as we were saying, one of the most haunted places in the world, because the Battle of Gettysburg was one of the bloodiest battles in the Civil
Mhm.
War.
Mm.
Thousands of people were lost.
This picture was captured on the second Rhode Island line.
Okay, what does that mean?
What does that
We
mean,
don't-
Lisa? I don't even
We
know.
are not
Give us
history
some
majors
more-
here, Lisa.
I-
What
No
does
pressure,
that
Lisa.
mean?
But
Yeah.
we need more info.
All right. Well, I should just show it. Should I show
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, show
You
it.
should
I'd love to
definitely
see it.
show it.
I'm like
Oh, it's
so
fun.
like whoa. Here I
gonna be
go. I'm gonna
fascinating.
find it right now.
So
Should
I'm
I
sure a lot
upload
of
it?
people died there.
Sure.
That
Oh, at
second-
Gettysburg, thousands.
No, but
of
the
people.
second Rhode Island line.
But I think that means something at Gettysburg, right?
Okay.
Or
Okay.
no? Is she talking about Rhode Island? Literally Rhode Island.
Maybe. Yeah, I think that's what she means.
Because were there battles in Rhode Island? That doesn't make sense.
All right. So
to me. I think
second
there
Rhode
were.
Island Brigade line. That's what it's.
Oh, so
okay.
those are the people who fought from Rhode Island.
From Rhode
Right.
Island. Yeah.
Okay. So this was captured on the second brigade, second Rhode Island line, brigade line. Got it. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
And wait, where they lined up over in the war. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
I'm scared.
No way. Oh no,
Shut
I'd be
up.
gone. Absolutely not.
That's her picture.
That's her picture. She said, "That's her picture." She said, "Yes, yes, yes."
I'd be like, packing up that tent, out of here.
Now, was this
mean,
picture taken at night? I guess it was, right? I can't tell by the light.
Well, maybe,
Meaning,
yeah,
is
probably because you have
maybe.
to, it has to. It's probably hard to see at night, and so that's the light.
Oh,
that's-
she said, "Notice the number also."
13. I see it.
Oh my God! Yes.
Oh my God.
That's so crazy.
That is crazy.
And yes, at night.
They were Taylor Swift fans.
So that's
Horrible.
a picture that was taken at night, the number 13, and that person standing right in the
That
middle
is
there.
That's
terrifying.
wild.
Yeah, I know. That's terrifying.
Can
So,
we go watch
Lisa-
the movie Signs?
Okay, Lisa, when you're there, did you get like crazy vibes at night in Gettysburg? Blink once for yes.
Yeah, I know. This is when I want to start. This is when I wish like she was just on the show.
We were
have
gonna
to-
have her on
we
the
have
show.
to have her on the show. It's a
We
gift.
have to have
yeah.
her on the show. We got to talk about this. That's
So
fascinating.
she said that she said me and a guy from Montclair, New Jersey, got the picture at the same time. So there's two people with the same picture. I have the chills
Yeah.
all over and I love it. And she said that she could hear them talking and I just got more chills all over. That's
Whoa.
incredible.
My
That's incredible.
God.
What
Listen,
would make a soul stay there?
I was
Like,
going to say,
yeah, like,
you know,
why can't they just move on? Like, I wouldn't want to hang out where I was killed.
over 7,000 people. were
7,000
killed.
Wow.
killed.
Well, you know what? In all honesty, I'm not even making a joke about it. You said, why would they all want to stay there? And I'm going to guess maybe camaraderie. Maybe they got stuck there. Maybe because it was such a traumatic event that, I mean, that would make a lot of sense. That's why they say a lot of different souls and spirits get stuck places because, oh, I can't talk all of a sudden, is because it was like, something traumatic, like
You would think people
house
brought
fire.
stage there and spoke to the spirits and said, "You can
But
go
don't you
now."
think that like they might not know they're dead? I know that's crazy.
Yeah,
I
no,
know
no,
They
I've
might
heard
not
that
know they're
too.
dead.
Like that they have to go to the light. I used to work with this woman, Karen Anderson. She's amazing.
Oh, I thought you were saying Carol Ann.
And
Go
no,
into the
no.
light. Okay.
I thought the same thing.
But she used
Okay.
to help people cross over that were stuck. I should ask her on, but I was
Yeah, you should ask her on.
Oh my God, yes, you should, Kim. How do we not know about that person?
It was a
Because
long
you know
time
what,
ago.
You know what it is? Because we, the three of us, are we have so many different connections with so many different people that we don't think, like I just said, is
Yeah.
anything crazy. We just think it's like normal. She's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I know somebody that helps people cross over. And we're like, why haven't they been on?
Yeah, why haven't we
Why
talked
haven't
to
they been
them?
on? Right?
What's that about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's incredible, And yes,
Wow.
Chris Quigley says because they don't know they're dead, they can't understand. I believe that. I really do believe that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
know?
that's crazy. I hope I don't get stuck somewhere. Just let me go on.
Route 3 pizza.
We're stuck right here, right now, with open-minded mystics, and
I'm
so
never
glad.
stuck with you guys. I'm
No.
always happy to be
I'm
with
so
you.
glad that so many people stuck around tonight. We had a
Yeah.
great. The numbers kept going up tonight. I love seeing everyone react. I mean, I don't want to go anywhere until we have a card. Woo! I love cards. We have to have messages. I love it,
Yes.
love it, love it.
I
But
love it.
I would love to have
Lisa,
that woman.
you've got to be on the show.
Yeah,
What we're
really.
telling you
Lisa,
now.
you have to be on the show. We're gonna have to get you on as a guest.
You're on our next show. That would be fascinating to talk to her about that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
We're gonna get Michael back on the show, and
Yeah.
I will say that if my daughters are willing to talk about it, I would have, I would love to
When
have
is their reading? Soon?
so this is how I did it, and I think this is the proper way to give a gift. I got it together. I sent a group message and I said, Michael meet Courtney and Carly. Carly meet Michael. You're on your own because it's not for me to manage. I think it's something that they're going to have to do, and that's it. It's all taken care of. The gift certificate, the meal is there.
That's exciting,
and I can't wait. And I told them, you tell me what you feel you're comfortable with telling me. I don't want to know, everything and anything. I wouldn't be able to have that conversation with certain members of my family.
Right. Sure.
And I don't know. So what Chris said, he took a video at Tracy's father's 80th birthday. They were orb dancing around. Tracy's dad and Tracy's sister saw it.
Oh, yeah, wow. You know what's crazy is Kim, I'm going to ask you about this. A light blue orb is constantly in pictures.
So light blue, those are guides.
Yeah, it's so crazy. It's
those are
always
your guides.
In pictures. And
That's
it's not in
cool.
every picture. It'll be like random pictures, but it'll always show up. It's the same. And
it's always around your father?
Yeah, and it's light blue. It's always light
Tinkerbell.
blue.
Maybe.
Yeah, right?
You never know. Could be. All right. Speaking of blue, Kim, you're wearing blue, so you go first.
All right.
All right.
Get it for Kim.
Okay. Stop.
Okay, and one jumped out.
Okay, which guy jumped out?
Ooh, Sacred Source jumped out. We, your angels, are here to remind you of your magnificence. What did I tell you, Kim? You are literally an angel in the making, a being of eternal love and light, forever one with God, Goddess, and all creation.
Okay, I'll take
Told you.
That's a good one.
Divine intervention.
Okay.
You may feel, wait, I'm going to go like this so I can actually see what I'm reading here because I'm too old. It's got to go on the big. Oh, there we go. Divine intervention. You may feel frustrated because something stalls or comes to a standstill. Progress seems painfully slow, yet this is a blessing. It is divine intervention at work. When the timing is in perfect harmony, all will come to fruition.
Okay, I'll take it.
And your undercard is the unknown. So basically, Kim, you just got to just sit back and let everything you've put out there start to just show up on its own. Do not fear the unknown. This is a time of deep exploration and transformation. Unfamiliar territory leads to new horizons.
Okay.
I love that.
That's good.
That makes a lot of sense. All right, Tracy Locke.
Here we go.
3 a.m. reading. This is so cool.
God bless you, Tracy.
3 a.m. That's the time too. That's the time.
Yeah, it is a time.
Meaning like that. What do they call that?
The witching hour.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
That's terrifying.
I just got what do you call it? A post. Somebody just posted something. Witchy bitchy just started a live video. That's why when you said witching hour, I went like
that's
that.
wait a minute.
Crazy.
This is all adding up.
Yeah. Well, it's not really crazy. I believe in it.
No, it's not crazy at all.
You tell me when.
Okay, go.
Yeah.
Right there.
Mm-hmm. Blue Angel. Oh, hi, Archangel Michael. There's your blue light. There's your answer.
Wow.
I'm Archangel Michael. I'm here by your side. I am all around you and forever protect you. Remember this whenever you feel fearful. I love you. All is well. So your blue angel.
Isn't that crazy?
Is Archangel.
Awesome.
No, it's not.
I just talked about it.
Hello, people. I am connected.
Wow.
And look, protection.
Wow.
So you are safe. Do not fear. We are with you always. Surround you always with our invisible wings of light.
That's amazing.
Here's your answer. I love it. I get chills all over. I love it.
So exciting.
Oh, I love it.
That is exciting.
It is exciting because it's true. And it's just getting that confirmation like right then is just amazing. I love it. All right, here we go. Let's see. I'm just going to go general. Let's go general. Surrender. Yes, I have to surrender. There's no point in pushing the barrel up such a steep hill. Go back to the start. Surrender your expectations. There's an easier way. When the time is right, a new path will appear. I believe that.
I believe that.
And courage.
Ooh.
You have what it takes. Just do it. We, your angels, are here to support you.
I love that. That's
I love
awesome.
that. I believe it. I mean, trust me. I don't know how I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. I have no clue.
One foot in front of the other.
That's it.
You're
Keep
awesome.
swimming, right? We just got to keep swimming.
Exactly.
Oh, that was a fun show, you guys.
I
I'm
love it.
excited.
I am excited. Summertime is just, I feel like just starting, and we're going to have a great one, and it's going to be a really good summer.
I
girls.
know. I can't wait to get you back over
Yes.
here in the United States, but I want you to be happy with where you are. And I know that you are.
Yes.
And I think it's exciting. And tell your family that we were saying hello and thanks for letting you wake up in the middle of the night. They probably think you sound like a ghost.
They're like, no, they're like, man, you're dedicated. I said, I love those girls. I love Open-Minded Mystics. I love hanging out. We always have exciting topics.
Right.
And it's always fun.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, the next time we meet will be, hold on, I just want to tell everybody. What's today's date?
Today's July 10th.
Jesus, it's July 10th already?
July 24th?
So the 24th.
Yeah.
And
July 24th.
Maybe it'll be Lisa and her ghost stories, please.
Yeah. And you want to know what? July 24th, I should be in my new space.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So maybe we can have ghost stories from your new space.
Maybe. You never know.
I need to
have flashlights.
A weighted blanket to keep me safe.
Oh my goodness gracious. A weighted blanket, says the life
I have
coach.
some good ghost stories. We should talk ghost stories.
We will. Let's do it.
Okay,
Lisa, we'll have to hook it up. We'll have to have her on.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
I
Do you
love
guys
you,
hear the
ladies.
music? I don't even know. I never hear it.
I don't hear it.
All right. Well, I have Feeding the Ducks going. So here we go.
And some music.
There we go.
Have a
All
great
right.
week, everybody.
Wow,
Love you,
guys.
ladies.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm so
Have
excited.
a fun summer, guys.
I know.
Well, we're going to have a lot of fun during
a lot of fun.